Okay, let's wait a few more minutes until we got a few. Okay, we got 3. Let's wait till we got at least 10. I'll be back in a minute. We're going to try to loosen these lug nuts that I torqued to 40 pounds with a ratchet, a rigid ratchet, with the 2 amp max output, and we'll work all the way up to the 8 amp. Okay, we're going to start it. Using a milk crate to sit on here. Okay. Let me take a look at what rigid this is. God, I got to say it all the time on the inside. Okay, this is the rigid R866011. Shop Tool Reviews did a review on this. It's supposed to do 55 foot-pounds. I got this set on 40. Okay. This is the little 2 amp max output battery. I locked it back into place. Okay. It loosened it. What do you know? It actually loosened 40 pounds of a lug nut. I loosen these up and tighten them with, you know, tighten them with brand new Metabo German. Now I'm going to crank on it for a little while, like a second or two. It's only speed 2. It won't put much onto it. This fan's supposed to be 120 anyhow. Okay, now let's pull that battery. Now, let's put the 4 amp max output 18650 cells, just like the 2 amp. Yeah, it did it. Well, you know, I don't want to take it all the way out. Now, let me tighten it. I hate to remember not to tighten lug nuts, even though I don't drive this van. Okay. Now, let's take that battery off. And let's put the 3 amp octane on. I'm sure it's going to loosen it too. Yeah, 40 foot-pounds, no problem. It did it too. It should be able to do 40. I think it did more than 70 on Shop Tool Reviews. I got all these numbered, so I remember which ones I'm working on. You get to be 58 years old, you got to remember everything. That guy only got 2 kids. Okay. Now let's pull the 3 amp hour off. Sometimes these batteries are tight. Okay. That was a 3 amp hour. I consider that probably equal to the brand new battery. Now we're going to go with the new 4 amp max output EXP battery with the tabless cells. It should do it too. Yeah, even quicker. A lot more power, those 21 700 cells. Should be able to do it quicker. Okay. Don't worry about putting some beans on here. Okay. Now, let's take the new battery off and put the EXP battery on, the 8 amp. Yeah, I can tell the difference in these batteries. It's obvious. 21 700 cells compared to a normal 816, 816, 850. Okay, let's crank on this one. Okay, now I got to move this operation over to the other wheel. Okay. Okay. Let me get the light. As you know, the flex light, you can remove it. You can remove it from the stand. That's why I like it. It's worth the 300 bucks. Well worth the money. Okay. Now we'll start this all over again. All over again. 5 lug nuts, 5 batteries. I think a couple of batteries won't be able to do it. It's because I have these at 62 pounds. That's 7 pounds over what they say this is rated for. Let me take the big 8 amp off. And let me find the little 2 amp. Okay, the little 2 amp. Make sure I get everything lined up. I'm lining them up power-wise. Okay. Now, let's try to do this. Okay. Let's do it this way so everybody can see. Now let's try a spinning run, if I can do this. It works by just, you know, you start it up and you throw it in and it spins it off. I know that's cheating, but it's what some guys do. That's a guy, Tim or Jim at Shop Tool Reviews did that. So either 2 amp managed to pull that off, but we want to see which ones will actually take it off without cheating. I call that cheating, but a lot of guys use the power ratchets like that. Okay, now let's go with number 2. Let's take the 2 amp hour max output off, and let's put this 4 amp max with 18650 cells. Okay, now nope, you got to cheat with this too. Yep, it works too. I know how to do that. I just want to find out what battery you don't need to cheat with. That ain't that many beans on speed too. This only does 300. It probably only does, this metabolite probably only tightens to 2. Even 2 ain't gonna hurt this van. Okay, now let's pull off the 4 amp max output, which is 18650 cells. And let's put on the 3 amp octane. Okay. Nope. Gotta cheat on it too. Yep. It does it too. See, you gotta know how to cheat on these ratchets. You gotta stubborn, just put it over it. It's the whole idea. Okay. I still want to find one that I'll actually do it without cheating. And this was 3 amp octane is the bigger cells. Okay. Now 19.7 or whatever they are. Okay, now let's go with the new 4 amp 21, yeah, the 21.700 cells. The other ones are 18.650s. Okay. Now let's try to do without spinning. Nope. Got to get it in there just right. Yep, it does it too. That's called cheating. You can almost make this thing into an impact wrench. Not worry about doing that. Okay, let's take that battery off now. So far, they're all working. Anybody who wants to watch my video, I just uploaded an hour and a half ago tightening all these up. It's about 6 minutes long. Okay, now let's try the 8 amp EXP battery. Nope. Time to cheat. Yep. It did it. What do you know? Well, it did 62. I wonder what the limit on. Nah. We've already hit the limit, 62. We got to cheat to do that. On the 40s, it did it without even doing that. So we know it's somewhere less. Let's say it's the 55 actual foot-pounds that Rigid says. Okay. Now let me bring this whole menagerie up to what else we're going to do. Okay? Okay. Let me bring over to our next test with the new Rigid battery. Okay, let's focus it. It's obvious what you see. We're going to be doing some hammer drilling with my high torque 1250 inch-pound hammer drill. Give me a minute. This is the one-man operation. I don't have a crew working with me. Okay, we're going to get these batteries all lined up. Okay, there's high performance. There's high performance. Okay. Now we're done using the ratchet. That's all ratchets are good for. They're not going to be good for drilling anything. Okay. I want to get me a few more ratchets, but got to figure out which ones I want. I'd love to get that new DeWalt one, that sealed one. I heard the Milwaukee one, it'd be nice to get, but it's just too much money. Okay. Put the light back on, I gotta take the battery off. Anybody that knows Flex lights knows the battery is on the back. All you do, pull the battery off. Now let's turn this one on. Okay, now we're powered by a 2.5 instead of a 6 amp stacked lithium. What do you know? Okay, now for this test, I am definitely going to have to wear earmuffs. And glasses. Okay. Let's get this going. Okay. Okay. Now, let me make sure I got all my batteries here. I only see 4 batteries. Okay. Okay. Where'd the other battery go? Always another battery. It's always where you didn't think you put it. Four amp, 3 amp, high performance 4 amp, high performance 8 amp. Where's the little 2 amp? This is what happens when you get old, you forget everything. Maybe I left it back there. Yes, I did. Okay, let's get started on this. Found the battery. Let me put some hearing protection back on and my glasses. Okay, this is what we're going to do. This is the model R861152. This is their high torque hammer drill set in hammer mode. And this bit, I think is, let me get to know what I'm drilling with. It's the same bit I always drill with. It's a 3/4 inch bit. This is a 3/4 inch bit. Let's run the 2 amp hour battery. Wow, dropped a bit. Wasn't chucked in there tight enough. Okay. Wow, that is slow. 2 amp hour battery, ridiculous. I wouldn't use that to hammer drill if you paid me. Unless you're using maybe an 1/8 of an inch bit. Okay. Tighten that up. Pull that battery off. Put it off to the side. Okay. Now let's go with the 4 amp hour. Let me first this mess up. You know me and my giant blower. Some guys wear respirators. I'm not that, but I'm going to do it. An hour a month. Okay. Now here. Dropped a bit again. Damn. Keep dropping these bits on this rigid drill. I've only had this thing not even 2 years. Damn. Let me blow this mess. Okay, let's chuck this up. Okay, let's pull this battery off. Okay, let's go at the 3 amp octane. We're running out of room here, but we'll make some room. Let me see here. Maybe right about here. What do you know? Didn't drop a bit that time. Okay. Let's pull that battery off. And let's put the brand new max output EXP 21700 cell tablets on it. Let's find another open spot. I'm guessing right about here. I think I'm actually going into the, I'm going partially into the brick. Okay, it did it. That was the new battery, the tablet cells. Okay, now, even though I breathe this shit in probably a couple times a month, I probably should be wearing a mask. There's a guy, there's the 2 guys in Australia that are into SDS drills that wear. I don't like wearing a mask anywhere. Okay, 8 amp EXP battery, 21,700 cells. Still in speed 2. Let's put it right here. It's obvious I went through easier. This other one, partially, when I put the EXP 4 amp 21,700 cell tablets, it went partially in to the brick. That's why this was so much faster. Now let me try to redo that. With a brand new battery. God, probably beating the drill up too doing this. I'm thinking, let me blow this off and try, well, let me flip the battery. Let me flip this over. Here we go, a new side. Gosh. Same high performance new battery, but this might be thicker. Not bad. Okay, let's get the 8 amp out now. This is what I'm really trying to compare this to, is the 8 amp EXP. I don't know. Somebody's got to time that one. I think they're real close. Whew. Now that's dusty. I can see why the guys wear respirators. Oh, God. If I spent all day doing this, I'd have to wear a hazmat suit. Probably not good, but can't be any worse than what I used to breathe in a countertop shop. I used to breathe in fumes. Okay, now let's be done with this. I think those batteries, I just wanted to compare the main two batteries. The 3 amp octane we know is pretty fast too. Okay, now, this is what we're going to time next. If anybody watched any of my videos lately, I installed these 5-inch lags several days ago in here. So I installed them, I think with the octane mid torque, and we're going to 5-inch right angle impact wrench. Let me get this dust off. We're all kinds of stuff. I hate hammer drilling, honestly. But not many guys are willing to do it. I got a couple grand worth of drills, I might as well use them. Okay, now let's take all these batteries. Now, let me get the 2 amp. This is your 2 amp max output. Let's put it on here. Let's get a socket. I think those are, that's right, I forgot to get a socket for this. I got to do that now. Okay, I think those are 5/8. It's always something you forget to do when you don't have people helping you. Like I say, I don't own a construction company. Okay. Let me make sure I get the right ones. And we'll use deep dish. We got it. Okay. Okay. Now, let's take the R8721 half-inch right-angle impact wrench with a 2 amp max output, still on 4 bars. High speed. Okay, let's go with this one. Wow, it won't do it. Take that battery off. These things are a real bear to take off at times. Trick is, you got to push on them sometimes. Okay. Now, we got the 4 amp. Now, let's not do the high performance one first. Let's do the regular 4 amp. We'll try to loosen that one. The 2 amp wouldn't loosen. Okay, did that one. Could barely do it. That battery comes off a lot easier. Okay, let's run the 3 amp octane. Still fully charged from the other testing. Okay. Okay, now let's pull off the 3 amp octane. It's a stubborn little batteries. Okay, now let's put the brand new 21 tabless cells. This is starting to warm up just a little. And it is on high speed. Let's try another one, a random one. Let's go with this one. Okay. Now let's get the 8 amp EXP battery. Yo, I finally see people talking now. Okay. Now, let's get the 8 amp EXP battery on here. Now let's try to do 2 with it, and we'll go back to the brand new 4 amp 21 7SL tablets and back to the 3 amp octane. The rest of the batteries I can care less about. Okay, this is the Big Mama battery minus the big 12 amp that I don't want. I don't have any rigid OPE equipment. Okay, we'll have to tighten it, then loosen it. Tighten, now loosen it. Wow, it won't do that one. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, let's try one more and then we'll, now let's try the octane again. That's more the size. Okay, this battery, you're not going to fit this battery onto in some parts of a car because look how thick it is. You know, even though I got these set up like a semi truck with 8 bolts. Okay, let's go with the brand new 21 tablet cells. Okay. Hot, 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 hot. And this is hot, hot too. Let's go with this one. Like I say, this is a sap tree. They've been sitting in about 3 days. I got a date on it. It's been sitting in September 5th. What is today? The 8th? 3 days they've been sitting in. Okay, let's try the octane again on the last one. I don't know. This battery's got some power. I lost one cell, but what do you expect? It's only 4 amp hours. Okay, let's try the octane. This is probably the cheapest, most powerful battery you can buy, you know, on the internet. I think I finally paid $80 for mine a couple years ago. Okay, let's try this one. Not bad. Not bad at all. This is kind of warm. I think you can get these at Home Depot for... Thanks. Yeah, it's a dirty job. The hammer drilling's a dirty job. Yeah, that's a dirty job. That's I don't really like doing it, but I'll do it anyhow. It's not like I'm spending 10 hours a day drilling holes in concrete. Then I'd have to have a respirator. This is pretty warm. What do you expect? We removed 8. If I can come up with one that's not so hot. 8 legs. Set in there for 3 days. Yeah, I'll tell you. I don't know if I can install one of these. Let's try. See if I can manage to put one in. Okay. Let's just pick a random hole with the octane battery. Okay, not bad. Let's pull the octane off. Wow, little battery hard to pull off. Okay, let's go with the brand new max output EXP 21700 tablet cells. I know I installed these legs, I think with the octane mid torque. That ain't hot anymore. I like keeping washers on them so I don't have them embed in the wood and they're headache. Let's just put it here. You can tell when it hits bottom, it starts tat, 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 tat. Okay, let's pull that battery off. And let's put on the Monster 8 amp EXP battery. I tell you, these right angle impact wrenches are nice. I just wish Flex would come out with one. If I'm sure they will, and have it put out like 350 or 400 nut busting pounds, and make it about the size of the rigid. I have the, what do I have? I have the right angle impact wrench from Cobalt. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's only one speed. One speed just doesn't cut the mustard. And it's only 3/8 inch. This you can get in 3/8. This is 1/2 inch. Okay, let's just put it here. Oh, this unit is starting to get hot. I'm sure there's a thermal cutout. Wow, it is getting hot. Wow, I'm feeling the heat. Okay, this is definitely hot. Now it's flashing too. I think it's getting too hot to work. I'm gonna let that sit for a while. Let me pull the battery. That's a little beyond what most people are willing to do, to use a tool like that, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to turn this more upright. Yep. Yep. Like I say, all I have is the rigid ratchet and the rigid right angle. I would love to get the new DeWalt sealed one, and I'd love to probably get actually surprisingly Harbor Freight, the Bauer, they make one. Everybody likes it, even though it's brushed. It's only like 60 bucks, and and by the way, you can torque on it with your arms up to 240 pounds. These, I wouldn't recommend doing that. You'd probably snap the plastic. So, like I say, I'm pretty much done for the night. Beyond probably tomorrow night, a little bit later. We're going to work with some of the other rigid tools and we're going to be testing all week, and then we're eventually going to put the rigid, which is the middle brother of Home Depot, against the Ryobi, because Ryobi's got the edge battery and I have that too. So, yep. Like I say, I don't know. I might eventually get around to getting the DeWalt and maybe even the Milwaukee, even though the Milwaukee is 300 bucks. So, well, guys, see you tomorrow, probably about the same time.